As you wake up in the morning, you want to find the latest, greatest information about criminal cases and have an intuitive conversation about the suspects associated with these cases. Head over to the Bullhorn Betty channel on YouTube. Get breaking news right here on the Bullhorn Betty channel. Welcome to the Bullhorn Betty Coffee Club. Enjoy your stay and enjoy your day.
From the East Coast to the West Coast, we are everywhere true crime is. We are asking for the public's help. We are searching in the woods. We are doing what it takes here on the Bullhorn Betty channels to find answers to the most alarming cases we have been watching on the news. I can tell you personally that I have traveled this entire country seeking these answers and bringing that content right here to you here on the Bullhorn Betty channels and Bullhorn Betty Crime Stories. We are happy with the work that we've done. We brought many answers to the public, and we have defied mainstream media in our pursuit of the truth in these cases. We will continue to work, we will continue to fight for these victims, and we will continue to tell their stories here on my channels. Welcome to the Bullhorn Betty brand of channels and the Coffee Club. Thank you for your love, thank you for your support, and more importantly, thank you for allowing me to bring these victims' stories to each and every one of you, advocating for each of these victims. God bless you. God bless America, and more importantly, God bless our victims. Well, hello, my beautiful people. It's nice to see you. We're live. We're alive. We're live. So we're bringing it back. We're bringing it back to Sebastian Rogers. He's a missing 15-year-old child from Hendersonville, Tennessee, that disappeared inside his locked home and has not been seen or heard from since. We have been on the campaign for truth in this situation. There are a lot of facts out there, lots of interviews, lots of red flags, a lot of guidance from the people that were in and around this child when he disappeared, or around the time that he disappeared. Lots of information out there to be had related to Sebastian Rogers, and it's always good for us to get back to business. There's a lot of people out there that think that using his name and bashing people that are boots on the ground that are really trying to aid in efforts of finding him are just wrong, and we're not going to continue to allow them to distract from this case. We know they don't want him found, because if he's found, most likely his mom and stepdad will have a heavy cost, and they protect the bad guys. So that's why they're trying to do all this distraction. We are going to be not focusing on it. We're going to be controlling our chat. Let our mods do their job. Do not engage with trolls or anybody here to gaslight. We don't go over there and gaslight. They shouldn't be coming over here to gaslight. I don't know why they do, but that's not our problem. So at the end of the day, it's about this young man right here, Sebastian Rogers. And every time we stop talking about him, those hate channels and the people that did him harm are winning. And we're not going to allow them to win. It's nice to see you, Phil. Cheryl, good afternoon. The real me too. It's nice to see you. Holly S, Don, Emma, Miss Lee, mom of 3. And I'm on the new computer. You guys should be able to see me much better. And I want to go, I think it's this one, because it's weird because I'm on Windows and everything's backward words for windows. Nani, it's nice to see you. Kendra, B. Betty, our beautiful B. Betty is up in the house. Libby, Kendra, Niner, Nana, it's nice to see you. Natalie, Cinda, excuse me, Elizabeth, Buttercup in the house. He's hiding so much. They both are. They ran off in the middle of search efforts for their child, screaming military trained parents screaming harassment. Let's run off to a different state because of harassment. Military trained people, a mom that has MMA training. Cut it out. Cut it out. Nice to see you. Thank you, thank you, thank you. The hen house up in the house. Mary, Cheryl, reach for the skies. Patricia says somebody online used my credit card without my permission, so I have to block my credit card. I can't use it, so I'm stuck and can't join. Oh, that's okay, Patricia. You're here, and it's all about being here supporting the cause. Brenda says, good morning to Delilah Mods chat from Washington State. It's nice to see you all the way from Washington State. Opal, how are you? Phil, Michelle, it's nice to see you. Alicia, YouTuber, welcome to the family again. Butterfly Kisses, it's nice to see you. Truth and Time. Someone tried to use my credit card Tuesday and Wednesday to rent. What is going on? Where are you guys using your cards? You know what? If you have an iPhone, you really don't need to pull your credit card out. I found this out because I'll tell you guys a story of what happened. When I was in Georgia, going to that rally, I was at someplace and I used my card. It didn't work. I ended up using it, punching my PIN, and it finally worked. And then on my phone, apparently the fraud decided to send me a text message, but I didn't get it for several hours. And I was tired by the time I read it. And it was asking me, did I make the purchase? Is this fraud? I thought they were asking, is this fraud? And I put no. Well, according to my bank, they immediately shut down my card because it was asking me if I made the purchase. And I said, no. Immediately. There was nothing I could do. As soon as I answered that text message, they canceled my card and literally shipped me out a new card. And I'm stuck in Georgia, in Atlanta, Georgia, with no money and no credit card. So it was a Thursday, thank God. So early Friday morning, I wake up, 9 a.m., I'm at the bank, and they're like, do you have Apple Pay? And I said, yes, I do. And he's like, oh, it's already on your Apple Pay. I'm like, what do you mean it's already on my Apple Pay? I said, I didn't put nothing on my Apple Pay. It can't be on my Apple Pay. He's like, oh, yes, it is. And I'm like, no, it's not. He's like, oh, yes, it is. And I said, okay, come out and show me. And he did. And he took me over to the ATM machine and popped my phone right on there. It read my phone, the ATM machine. I'm like, whoa. And he's like, yeah, all you got to do is tap your phone. You don't really need your card much anymore. I'm like, oh. And so he said, yeah, I wanted cash just in case, because, everything goes wrong. If I didn't get cash, the phone's not going to work. Okay. You just know it's not going to work. So I grabbed some cash out just to be on the safe side. And he sets the phone up, and literally all the way home, I took my phone out and paid at the gas pumps. I paid in the stores. You don't need your card anymore. You only need your phone. Very, very safe. Very safe. I know people are like, but you know what? On your phone, everybody's like, oh my God, what if somebody steals my phone? You set up, face recognition and your password. You're good to go. I was amazed. It worked. It worked. And he was right. He showed me my app, and my new card was in my Apple Pay app. It had already changed automatically. I was never without money. Not 1 minute was I without money. I just didn't realize that I could use my card on my phone, and that they automatically changed it on my phone. Now, it didn't help with Verizon. It didn't help with any of the bills that were on the old card. I still had to go back and, change all those out. But for my Apple Pay, and I even think my Google Pay, it was like that. War Damn Eagle. We need a War Eagles new channel. Can somebody drop War Eagle's new channel? Everybody that is watching this, you need to go directly over and sub up. What they did to War Eagle was bullcrap, especially from these haters that literally sit on their ass and steal everybody's content and try to say fair use. This person actually used fair use, and they're like, oh my God, no, they had to commentate. You steal everybody's content. Who gives a crap? These people are ugly inside and out. They're disgusting. They make me sick. They make me sick. And they want to say, something about, and I'm going to explain this, and it's probably going to get me in more hot water, and I really don't care. Take me out. I don't care, right? They try to throw me in jail. They've tried to shut my channel down. They tried to make sure I couldn't even afford milk. They tried to destroy my life. Let's be honest with you, okay? There's a lot of good people, including one of my mods. Her sister is suffering with cancer. Okay, of all the good people that are suffering with cancer that should not have it, that lady deserves it, and she doesn't have it. So yes, I do wish it upon her. Beat me up. I don't care. And all the people that are offended by that, please leave. Okay? Please leave. Because there's a lot of good people that don't deserve that kind of life, that kind of illness, and they're suffering with it. Where that pig can do so much damage to other people. So yeah, I don't care. Sorry, not sorry. Eye for an eye, tooth for a tooth type of lady. So it's nice to see you, V. Oakley, Kendra, Gigi for life, Bobby, Cinda. I think I already said hi to all of you. Natalie, it's nice to see you. Sam's Pretty Paranormal. It's nice to see you. SRK, Women's Warrior. And again, go sub up to War Damn Eagle. Yes, yes, yes. Kansas City Chiefs for life. Nice to see you, my love. Butterfly kisses. It's nice to see you. Our beautiful Roxy World. Oma, Melanie, it's nice to see you as well. Superficial califragilistic expialidocious. When's the next vigil for Sebastian? November 9th. Thank you for asking. November 9th is the new, or not the new date. It's the date for the vigil. Dawn, it's nice to see you. Joy, Unicorn, I got time today. Me too. We got time all day long. Tanya, Hope floats. Holly S. Deanna, it's nice to see you. Rita, Patra, it's nice to see you. Miss Lee, mom of 3, I think I said hi to you. Red Lily, it's nice to see you. And everybody else, we've got a few people in the house already this afternoon. Oh, look at that. Thank you for becoming the newest member of this crazy family we call the Coffee Club. Last year, my taxes got wiped out of the count from somebody in Mexico. Good gracious. Good gracious. Now, I had my identity. I had a tax return. I have to forever, for the rest of my life, have a pen to file my tax returns because, and I know exactly what it was. It was from a federal prison because I went to go visit somebody in a federal prison and they make you fill out all this crap. And somebody had got a hold of my social security number and they were doing all these things. And I was supposed to get a $10,000 refund. And I'm like, I called to get my transcript. They're like, well, we've got you on hold right now for a $10,000 refund. I'm like, I'm single. I have no kids. And I only made, I can't remember when it was. It was like early 2000s, maybe late 1990s. I mean, I was barely working a year or two. And I'm like, there's no way I'd have a $10,000 a $10,000 refund. I said, I'm single. I said, I make XYZ. I said, I don't have children running around here. I said, there's no way. And she immediately flagged it for fraud. And from that point on, every single year I've had to file a pen. And I don't even remember them sending me a pen last year. So I ended up having to call and order it. Yeah, they messed up this time. I'm feisty like BHB. Not as nice. I love it. I love it. Yeah, that was pretty rotten. That was pretty rotten. There it is. There it is. Everybody go over here. And is that your new channel? Hopefully it is. Everybody go here and sub up to War Eagle. The War Eagle just got their, and I would, to be honest with you, I would fight those. I would do counter notifications. I would do counter notifications and tell them that you're the copyright owner and that you put music over whatever. I would fight them on it. I'd fight them on it and get your other channel back. Trust me, it'll work. These people are animals. And then after that, you know what? They're going to be getting hit too. And everybody, if you guys want to start sending me timestamps of stuff that if you guys are tired of this, I don't have the time to do it, but I know a lot of people are always asking me what they can do to help. It's usually for Sebastian. I'd like you guys to help Sebastian. We can do a lot for Sebastian, but if you'd like to help me personally, what you guys can do is start going through these hate channels videos and send me anything defaming that they say about me. Focus, well, say anything defaming about me. And moreover, anytime they steal my content, if you guys can get the start putting the timestamps on a worksheet, I'll start going after them. I'll find out which one's being used and I'll copyright them. And then I'll go after them lawfully and legally and start making them pay me $7,500 for each violation. You know, I'm also going to be working with the copyright board because I think I can copyright series as well. And that might like we could do like copyright Sebastian Rogers as a series, and everything that I do would be under that copyright. So then we can start hitting them for more money if they steal if they steal the stuff. And I don't mind people using the stuff, but it's up to my discretion who I want to use it and who I don't, because I'm the content creator of the work. So, there is that. These people, they don't create their own work. They steal everybody else's. Thank you, SRK, for gifting one Bullhorn Betty membership. And then when they do, they steal their whole work. And then when somebody clips them and paints them in a negative light, they want to go and take their channel. They're horrible people. They're hypocrites at best. Out of all the stuff they do, I still don't strike people. But if they're going to keep doing this, why not? Why not start fighting back? But this, I'm not going to make it fake copyright strikes. If I'm going to be copyright striking people, I'm dragging their ass to court. It's really just that simple. It's just that simple. Thank you. Keep up being you, BHB. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. God bless you. God bless you. Don't forget, oh, good gracious. Somebody get this Yahoo out of my band. I'm allowed to, the only thing that's in those POs, Anissa, which used to be my old mod, see how much of a backstabbing little bee she is, because she didn't get my attention and got kicked out of here in a very public way. You need to go back and read those POs, because the POs are very clear on their face. I'm not allowed to threaten these people. I'm not allowed to call these people, and I'm not allowed to be around these people. And guess what? I have never threatened these people. I've never been around these people, and I don't reach out to these people. So guess what? I'm abiding by the PO. I don't know what people are telling you, but what you think is in that PO and what truly is in that PO are two totally different things. But we never thought you had brain cells. That's why you're not part of this family anymore. And we're booted. Okay. So go back to your leader, go back to your follower, go back to your freaking evil, and enjoy your miserable life. Have a great day, Anissa. Never come back to my channel. You've been booted too many damn times. Quit making accounts and coming here. Nobody cares about your opinion. All right. We were good to you. You chose to be an asshole. Go be an asshole someplace else. It's on my birthday. Well, we're going to have good things. I feel it. We're going to have good things coming out of that. I really, truly, truly believe. Okay. So without further ado, let's get started. We've got a lot of stuff to go over. This is kind of on the same realm of, what does it say? Someone went and got a whole ID in my, oh, good gracious. We should literally do a whole show on being conned and scammed. I guess it would go right into the environment of YouTube. Just saying. Just saying. Thank you. So we got some people subbing up. I'm glad. You didn't deserve that. You really didn't, War Eagle. You didn't deserve that. And these people are garbage. These people are absolutely garbage. And they're quite, she used to be an old mod, and she thought she was ultra important and started telling me what I needed to be doing on my channel. And when I put her in timeout, she went completely loony on me. And so instead of just timing her out, I ended up booting her completely from the channel. And every time I unblock her thinking that she's changed her crap, she hasn't. She's still the same vile, evil piece of garbage that she was. She actually had a lot of us fooled. And then when she started showing her true colors, we removed her from this channel. And, every now and again, I keep, especially people that I know are modded for me, every now and again, I'll unblock them just to see if they want to come back and be decent people. And every time she's had an opportunity of 2 years, she refuses to actually act right. And she went from being on a good team to being slap evil. She went and hit her head on the crazy train 2 years ago and still hasn't gotten back. She's still very vile, vindictive. She still has, some type of way, but she did it to herself. She could have changed. She could have went back to the old Anissa we knew, but she chose not to. It's because the old Anissa we knew was obviously a facade, because she's been this way hell of a lot longer than she's been that way. Give me just a second. Let me refresh my screen. I feel like I've got a little bit of lag with my lips. I don't really care. Let's just go ahead and move on. So a lot of people say that we don't play Seth. Here's one of Seth's first interviews that he ever gave with regards to his son. A much different type of interview than we've seen with Mommy Dearest. So let's get here. Let's listen to what he has to say.
Exactly 2 weeks ago, we were just learning about the disappearance of Sebastian Rogers from Sumner County. Today, the search continues. The case, though, we know is now a criminal investigation. Thanks for being with us at 6, everyone. I'm Rory Johnston.
And I'm Kelsey Gibson for Carrie tonight. For the first time, we are getting a look at family video of the missing 15-year-old Sebastian's.
Oh, my goodness. I forgot the sign. Oh, no, I got the buttons. Cover your ears, Delilah. Cover your ears. Sonia's late. She just got here. I just thought I'd tell everybody that Sonia has made it to the chat. Sonia has made it to the chat. That's too funny. That's too funny. What is this? Nicole, it's nice to see you. Pennsylvania, sunny. Oh, that's great. That's great. Yes, if you guys want to. Not that late, Sonia. It's nice to see you. It's nice to see you. Yeah, I don't know. That's crazy. Thought we would welcome you. Thought we'd welcome you. Now we're gonna get back to work now that we know that Sonia's made it to chat. I already know what she's saying. If she could cuss, she'd say. She called BS on Betty. She called BS on Betty. Okay, let's get back to work.
Exactly 2 weeks ago, we were just learning about the disappearance of Sebastian Rogers from Sumner County. Today, the search continues. The case, though, we know is now a criminal investigation. Thanks for being with us at 6, everyone. I'm Rory Johnston.
And I'm Kelsey Gibson for Carrie tonight. For the first time, we are getting a look at family video of the missing 15-year-old. Sebastian's biological father gave it to Nick Bears during an exclusive on-camera interview.
Seth Rogers shares custody of his son, and the deputy with the Davidson County Sheriff's Department spent the past 2 weeks looking for Sebastian.
I'm hoping he's still alive. That's my main hope right now, is that he's not deceased. I mean, I keep praying that he's alive. I keep praying that somebody's going to see him, that somebody's going to call 911.
Seth's 15-year-old son disappeared barefoot and with a flashlight from his mother and stepfather's home in Hendersonville either late on Sunday, March 3rd or early that Monday. Seth knows the key to finding his son may come from a tip. Several photographs have already been made public, and now he's released 2 video clips of Sebastian. In this first one, you see Sebastian up front on the left in yellow shorts, participating in a tug-of-war with fellow students.
And if you watch, he got swung around at the end like a little rag doll, and it's like, well, he gave it his best.
This second video shows Sebastian walking at his middle school graduation.
I was very proud of him. I mean, he successfully completed something.
Seth says his son, who is autistic, is not a wanderer. He finds it highly unlikely Sebastian would leave in the middle of the night barefoot, based on an experience his son had as a child.
He decided that he wanted to step into a mound of what he thought was dirt, and it was fire ants. And since then, it's always been, he doesn't like to get his feet in the dirt. He likes to have his socks and shoes on.
Seth won't rule out the possibility of foul play, that someone is involved in his son's disappearance. And if Sebastian is able, He says he needs to call for help.
He needs to call 911. And if somebody has him, you need to give him back. He's my son. And he doesn't belong to nobody, but damn it, he's mine. And he's mine.
Nick Barris.
He's mine. A man that is heartbroken, not making it about him or his problems or the harassment that he's going through or the stuff that he's dealing with. He's making it about his son. This is something different than we've seen in 5 stinking interviews that we've watched about the other parents, the mom and the stepdad. Thank you. Thank you so much. If you received, I'm on a different channel or a different way of, I'm actually producing this live stream on StreamYard. So I can't see who got that. But if you received your gifted membership, welcome to the family, this crazy family we call the Coffee Club. And thank you so much, Michelle, for the gifted Bullhorn Betty membership. God bless you. God bless you for that. All right. Now this is I'm about to show you the video that kind of changed the dynamic of this case, in my opinion, quite a bit. Okay. I truly believe that because of this video, it really panicked the mom and the stepfather, so much so that they needed to come out and speak and try to clear their name, which derived a lot of great information that we can go back and listen to and review and check to see about any mistakes that they've made. And many of you guys, as well as us here on this channel, have. We've found a lot of red flags, but think about this, guys. I want to put this in perspective. Think about how many more red flags we're finding, right? We're finding even more red flags than we originally thought. When we first went through here, we said, okay, this is a red flag, this is a red flag, this is a red flag, right? Now we're littered with red flags. Why? Because of all these other interviews they've done in the past that contradict stuff that they said way up here. And now we're listening to them again after hearing all these contradictions all the way down here. So, and I'm sorry, guys, I keep going in. I'm not sure why I keep going in and out on here. Let me just check my settings here. It's usually always with audio. Default, maybe this. Let's see if that helps. Hopefully this helps. It looked like something was a little wonky. Maybe it'll help, maybe it won't. I don't know. So that's where we are. But at the end of the day, I truly believe that it was this video that caused that panic to make them come out and make them open up more and make them make more mistakes and allow us to find those red flags. Yeah, BHB needs to bring her cuss jar back. It's under the desk in the office. Maybe that's why I'm not going to the office. Maybe that's exactly why. I've been repelling the office. You know, now she's starting to get comfortable. Oh, you guys got to see this little bundle of joy. Gypsy bought her these little dresses, and she's in the lemon dress today. Oh, look how cute she is. Oh, look at that. That big bow is bigger than her. That bow is bigger than her. It's almost bigger than my face. She's so adorable. She's so adorable. I love this damn dog. I got to tell you, I don't know what I am, but I got to be honest with you. I'm a hover parent. Like she doesn't get 5 feet away from me. If I see her in the front yard, if she's starting to get a little feisty, because every now and again she'll want to play. She goes out there, right? I know. I will. She just lays in my lap. She just snuggles when I go live now. She's starting to learn that when I go live, just snuggle in my lap and she can stay here until the live is done, you know? So, but she's super, super cute. I had to take her dress off of her for a little bit today because she wanted to go in the backyard and play, and I wanted her to be able to go play. So anyways, but she's just so adorable in these little clothes. Oh, I can't quit it. I can't quit it. I'm not sure which one. I'm gonna put her in strawberries tomorrow. I'll put her in strawberries tomorrow. But getting back, this is kind of where this changed. So without further ado, let's just get to this is the lights video. This is really where I believe this case changed for them.
We begin with a surprising development in the search for 15-year-old Sebastian Rogers, who's been missing for 18 days. An exclusive look at new video evidence. Thanks for joining us here at 6. I'm Rory Johnson.
And I'm Hunter Hoagland. A lot to get to here tonight. Authorities have scrutinized home security video from that Hendersonville neighborhood, trying to learn what happened to that teen with autism.
Now, you can take a look for yourself. Our Nick Barris obtained video that appears to show two people near Sebastian's home the night his parents say he disappeared.
The video you are about to see is from early Monday morning, February 26th, around 3:10 a.m. Now, there are no street lights in the Stafford Court neighborhood, so it is at night, pitch black. What you will see here are these 2 points of light believed to be people with flashlights in the area around Sebastian Rogers' Hendersonville home. It is believed Sebastian left his home barefoot and with a flashlight sometime overnight. Since his disappearance, authorities have reviewed security video from homes in the neighborhood looking for clues.
We have had several clips that have come in.
And this one is getting the most attention, showing signs of activity around Sebastian's home the night he disappeared. You see, 2 light sources, which we've circled to help you follow. For point of reference, the security camera was pointed toward the back of Sebastian's home in a common area. In the video, you see subject 1 with a light source in the lower right-hand corner. Then you see subject 2 briefly appear and move toward the first before that light source is covered or obscured by bushes. Subject 1, a few seconds later, then moves out of frame. Then subject 2 reappears and follows subject 1 off screen. It's a short time later, and it's very vague, but then you see one of the subjects moving quickly back through the common area, and that is it. I know, there's not much to see here. You certainly cannot identify anyone, but those close to the investigation tell me the mere fact that there is now evidence that someone is in the area around Sebastian's home is significant. This video shows suspicious activity in the immediate area the night Sebastian disappeared. Could one of these subjects have been Sebastian? Did he meet and leave with someone? Sebastian's father says his son would not go with a stranger.
It's up in the air for me because I don't think he would get into a vehicle with somebody unless he knew them.
So what exactly are we seeing here? I know investigators are doing what they can to try enhancing the video for any more clues. For now, this video is now part of the Sebastian Rogers missing person file, and I'm told it could become more significant depending on where the ongoing investigation leads. We'll be following that. Nick Barris, News Channel 5.
So that is really when the entire dynamic, their behavior, how they presented themselves, this was all, I don't know. Give me just a second. Let me put this somewhere. There we go. Sorry, I have to make sure I catalog these because we're going to come back to them a later time. Yes, done. Okay. So this is when we had 3 interviews prior to that video that was just released. We just saw, that second video of Nick Barris showing the lights, was released on March 14th. On March 14th, the mom and stepfather had not spoken to anybody since Fox 17, which happened on 3/6. This was released on 3/14, some days later. And then within days, they're coming out on Dutch's interview wanting to answer the tough questions. Then they go on to, which I believe that Chronicles of Olivia's interview predates the Dutch's interview. I really do, because if I know anything about Olivia, she would have had this done she would have done the sit down 24 hours before she released her her actual footage, because it was a 20-minute video. And she does a lot of great editing on her videos, and those take her a lot of time to get it just right the way she wants it. And so we're finding this out, now. Then we didn't know. We thought it went Duchess and then hers, but I really believe that her interview was before the Duchess interview. But I do believe it was after the lights had been released, shortly after the lights had been released. And that appears to be her or their like a dry run before they went on Duchess. And when they went on Duchess, they just unleashed. They really did. They were brash. They are, especially the stepfather, very he seemed, you could hear the anger in his voice. You could hear the frustration in his voice. You could hear the he wants to be the victim in his voice. And that's the part I have a problem with, because there's only one victim here, and that's Sebastian Wayne Drake Rogers. He's the one that's missing that nobody can find. I don't really care about any of his parents, not even Seth's feelings when it comes, if it outshines Sebastian's. Because at the end of the day, Sebastian's the one that's missing, and we have no idea where he's at or what he is going through. And that should be our ultra number one focus, is him. Not the mom, not the stepdad, not how they feel they're being violated or harassed or questioned, or how dare the public have any question, to say about anything. We have questions. The public has questions. The world has questions. If this child simply walked out his door, we could all accept it. But it's been 7 months, and so far, not one bit of information or evidence supports that. In 7 months, we have problems with the statements. And guess what? We're entitled to. And we're entitled to question it. And furthermore, we're entitled to answers. We, the people, deserve something. A law enforcement that's shut down, which, in all fairness, when they're dealing with the integrity of the investigation, we know that they hold things close to their chest and do not allow certain aspects released. But really telling the public you're still working on it and it's not a cold case, is that really going to screw with the integrity of the investigation? To me, it sounds like they're not doing right by their community or their citizens that put them in office and pay their bills. I don't think anybody wants to mess with the integrity of the investigation. I certainly don't. I know my audience certainly does not. I know his father does not. I know a lot of people don't want to mess with the integrity of the investigation because it's a 15-year-old medically needy boy. And that needs to be protected. I think we're all reasonable enough to know that that needs to be protected. But would it really kill law enforcement to come out and say, hey, we are still thinking of Sebastian Wayne Drake Rogers? His case isn't cold. We still need more leads. We still need people checking their properties. Would that really kill this law enforcement body to do? Would it really kill them to tell us that they're at least further along in the investigation than they were on February 26th? Would it really kill them? Is that really going to the integrity of the investigation? I think not. I think not. But I do believe the people out in this community really need to think long and hard about the politicians they're putting in these positions. Because if this is okay for you, it'll be okay when it's your child or your family member. And if it wouldn't be okay if it's your family member, you need to vote differently. Because I have never seen this in my life with any case. Not even the Summer Wells case. And that's something to think about long and hard. Long and hard. once that light video came out, we heard the interviews that came after it. We did watch the Duchess interview. We did watch the Chronicles of Olivia interview, and we did watch Smiley's very lengthy interview, which we're going to be, there's a piece in here from Spirit Squad that clipped Smiley's world and made some commentary. So we have listened to them, but now it's time to take those and apply those so we can visually see it. Okay? What does this mean? What do those lights mean? What does this area mean? What does this mean? Where were these lights? Where did they go in conjunction with the Proudfoot home? Snuggle struggle. Yeah. That is bad. A sheriff having that, and still not only that, but not deleting it off their profile. That's what's shocking to me. That's what's shocking to me. Yes, her video was before Duchess because her video was done 20 days into Sebastian. Yes. Okay, great. Thank you. I knew it was like the day before because I worked with Olivia long enough. I know how quickly it takes her. You know, when I say quickly, it takes, you guys don't understand how much work she puts into her videos. She is very, very detail oriented. If it's not perfect, she does not release it. If it's not perfect, she'll pull it back and re-upload. Like she likes her creativity, but she wants her creativity displayed exactly the way she envisioned it. And she is amazing at doing it. She really is. All right, so let's get on with this. So here, this is from guidances. I'm not taking the whole video. I'm just taking a clip of the video where everything kind of gets interesting for me and what I would like to show you guys, okay? So here's some of the lights. You got to pay attention. Let's just blow it up.
Tonight.
I think it's the end. Hold on, I thought there was something else here. I must have missed it, but do you guys get the idea of the light source and how they were moving about? And so this one is the gray hues version of those lights. Actually, this is not his version of the lights. This is what the stepfather told him was the path of travel for the scent dogs. The scent dogs. And it follows those light sources, which I find quite ironic.
Okay. There is no doubt that it was taken right here at this house. So then you know it's facing that direction. And Chris Proudfoot's story absolutely makes sense. Now, he also explained to me the route that the dog took when it had a scent.
Look at that. The route that the dog took when it had a scent. It's following the path of those flashlights. It's following the path of the flashlights. That's exactly where the flashlights came out. Let's see if I can go back to it. Hold on, let me get to it. There. Back. Just the path of the flashlights right there. This is the path.
So I'll put that in here as well. So he said that out the front door, it scented Sebastian, and then the dog scented
Look at the direction he says it goes, in the opposite direction of the garbage cans, where the garbage cans would be put out.
around the house like this, and then back over here where it came out. The dog came out on.
And the car was parked somewhere like right here. And Miss Bobby said they backed out and went down Kellen this way and exited the community. So
I think it's called Kellen Lane. So it kind of came right in front of that same house that had the fixed light on it. And then he apparently walked this direction. And then right up here on Devon Court, took a right. And then went down this Parkenham Drive. Now, the thing is all this is way more developed at this point, because this was a year ago, 4/14/2023. And I think you could actually walk straight through like that.
this is where the big heavy machinery equipment was stationed, right there when we went there. It was not there. I repeat, that big heavy equipment piece of machinery was not at this intersection or leading in there at the time that this happened with Sebastian. We have confirmed it.
That, and apparently walked over here, and there's a retention pond right here now. And apparently that's where the tracking stopped, and I guess it's not really that deep, that retention pond. So maybe.
And that's the retention pond the dog jumped into.
He walked through it, and the dog's lost his scent, and he went somewhere else. Maybe he went up this direction. We don't really know, but law enforcement is apparently.
I just wanted to let you know that's a lot of tracking through dirt and grass and bugs and darkness and listening to weird sounds that might startle a child that is on the spectrum. Here's the new channel. If you guys could go sub up to War Eagle's new channel. What they did to War Eagle was wrong. Such hypocrisy. Oh, thank you, Dees. God bless you. Welcome to this crazy family we call the Coffee Club. Betty's pushing buttons today. I'm not sure how I got gone. LOL. That's okay. But that is really, really strange. These lights are what started this whole circus of the mom and stepdad coming out and doing self-preservation, trying to control the narrative, really, really trying to plead their case, not for their son, for themselves. But all of it started happening. I mean, we saw it up front, the very first interview with mainstream media, which was WSMV. She's like, I'm certainly Sebastian's in there somewhere. They were so about themselves. They're so about themselves. It makes me wonder, do they realize that they have a child missing that needs medication? They're so worried about themselves. Who cares? Where's the child? What's the child going through? Just selfishness. And then when we're talking about Smiley's world, there were several things that were major, and I mean absolute major red flags when it comes to Smiley's world. But I think it was Spirit Seeker Squad that really kind of honed in on one of the absolute biggest piece of information many of us need to hear. And it's because we've been hearing the assumption and the speculation from the mom and the stepfather. And the speculation is this child walked out of the home. We also heard how the mom and stepdad wouldn't be capable of stumping all of the law enforcement that's on this case, but somehow their 15-year-old autistic, medically needy son was able to. That he became Houdini. Because they absolutely believe this child walked out of the home, is what they're telling everybody. So if he walked out of the home, there should be some evidence that he walks out of the home, or should there not be? A member for 4 months. Not sure how I got lost. I knew you weren't new, but hey, welcome back. Welcome back to your long lost family. So what did she capture? Well, if he would have walked out the door, he would have been on a camera, a very specific camera, the camera across the street. Because the camera across the street would have picked up some type of figure, image, whether it's hazy or not. And if you don't believe me, maybe you'll believe the stepfather. Not, but this I do. This I do. I believe that this statement here was a slip. What am I talking about? Listen.
2024, Christopher and Katie Proudfoot did an interview with Smiley. The link is in my description box if you'd like to watch the whole interview without my commentary. During this interview, Smiley asked a lot of great questions. I've already made multiple videos reviewing this interview, and I'll put those links in my description box also. This interview was over 3 hours long, and there was a lot of information given during this interview. During this video, we're going to skip to about 1 hour and 22 minutes where they start discussing the house and all the ways out of it. Roll that clip.
So you have a padlock. Is that what you said earlier, that you have a padlock on the, like, I forget what they're called, but where you put the code in, a code lock?
Yeah, not a padlock.
I meant, I didn't mean a padlock. I'm sorry. The code where you put the code in.
Yeah, yeah. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So would he turn around if he left and actually put that code in? Do you have to put the code in to lock it back?
Yeah, he locks the door behind himself every time he goes out it.
Okay. All right.
Okay, first clip. We learned Sebastian locks the door behind him, always, which that kind of surprises me. So I believe she's referring to the front door when he goes out the.
Yeah, and not only that, but I'm not sure that he does, because we have evidence or statements from the neighbor that says they watched him walk out to the mailbox to get the mail, and he skipped up happily to the front door, but the front door was locked, so he skipped off of the porch and went into the open garage and in through the garage door. So why didn't he just punch the key in the front door and walk in instead of skipping down the front porch to the garage to go in? Just a thought.
The front door, he makes sure that that is always locked. But if he was just going outside to check the mail or to take the trash out or something like that where he was coming back in, does the door lock behind him? Does he have to enter the key code? Katie didn't answer that when Smiley asked that part. So we don't know if the code has to be entered into the keypad to lock the door or if it locks when the door shuts automatically. Roll the next clip.
And not only that, but if somebody had been by the front door, punched in the code, believe it or not, no, it's not super clear, but you would have seen a shadow or a figure.
Yeah, that's.
But let's go back.
And not only that, but if somebody had been by the front door, punched in the code, believe it or not, no, it's not super clear, but you would have seen a shadow or a figure.
Yeah, that's what I would think.
Based on, something would have been visible because one of the lights is still visible from that ring camera from across the street.
So across the street camera, the same camera that watched the lights on Sebastian's room go on periodically from 9:30 to 11:30 when they watch this camera from across the street watch a figure walk to the back of the house, turn off that light, and then the whole entire house go dark. And that same camera picked up a figure in that front window peeking out. And that was about 3 hours before the lights were seen coming from the back of that same residence going to an unidentified car at the intersection of Kellen and Stafford Court. Kellen and Stafford Court. This was a lot of weird things that went on from 9:30 to 4 o'clock in the morning at their home. Weird things. And then by 6, a child is missing. That is the collection. Now, we take all that information and we think in our brains, what could that information mean? Or where could that lead us? Right? What is the deductive reasoning or theory from those facts? For me, in my brain, it tells me something most likely happened inside that home. And whatever happened inside that home was removed to the outside of that home between 3 and 4 when flashlights were observed on the outside of the house leading to a vehicle. That's what it tells me. What it also tells me is that somebody inside the home has a lot more information than what they're saying to the public. Why? Because there was a lot of strange things that went on inside that home that were a little odd that night, and on the outside of that home that were a little odd in the early morning hours. This is why we're not picking on a mom and stepfather. It's because 7 months later, they're more concerned about what people think of them than explaining this away, than closing the worry box that all of us have. Why are we involved in this case? Because it doesn't look like the mom and stepdad really give a crap. And when people like me and you see something like that, we stand up and speak up. We take the bull by the horns and we start advocating. Something doesn't smell right. We start waving the red flags. We start grabbing the bullhorn and the picket signs. We start wanting to jump into action. We start wanting to find out why this doesn't make sense to us. Why this is sticking to high heaven, and why are innocent people being thrown in jail for talking about it? It doesn't seem right. All right, guys. Well, that was what we have for this segment. This is just the building blocks of facts that as we know them to be, based from the same people's mouth that are giving us the crock of crap that keeps changing week after week, month after month, and now has gone completely silent. That has gone completely silent. We have no new information. If we're going to find information, we're going to have to collect it ourselves. We've got teams out there right now in the woods, out there in the water, doing their thing, working their butts off, taking no BS. Get up every day, put their crap kicking boots on, and start kicking the crap out of the way. I feel that the team that is being built right now is very, very good. It's very thorough. It's very strong. I think that we are going to be making a lot of headway. I think at first we just need to get the noise out of the way. And it'll open up a lot of doors once that is done. When people don't feel intimidated anymore, don't feel threatened anymore. we're going to find a lot of people in the community standing up and speaking up right along with us. And that is our goal. Somebody knows something, somebody saw something. If you're scared, we will keep you anonymous. Dog is a badass. Let's be honest. He'll fight for you. He will keep you out of the limelight. Call the dog. 833-TELL-DOG. 833-TELL-DOG. Don't be silent anymore. You would want, if this was your family member, your child, you would want somebody with strength and balls in a world of chaos to stand up and fight for your child. If you have information, fight for Sebastian. Fight for Sebastian. If you know something, say something, please. 1-833-TELL-DOG. 1-833-TELL-DOG. And I think there's another number, and I don't have it with me. Give me just a second. Let me find the other number. If you would like to text your lead anonymously, you can do it. Just a second. Let me find the flyer. There it is. Or you can text your lead to 332-252-3636. Again, that number for texting, anonymous texting, 332-252-3636 or 833-TELL-DOG. We need your help. Let's keep this about Sebastian. The hate channels are going to be nasty. They're going to keep dragging people. You know what? We're going to let the courts and everything deal with them in due time. I think we need to stay away from them. Don't support their channel. Don't even look under the hood. First of all, they have no breaking information, never have, never will. Otherwise, they wouldn't be running me so much, right? If they had it, they wouldn't be running me. So no breaking news on their end. There's nothing that they're going to be able to say that's going to be like, oh my gosh, this is bombshell information, right? So let's not be focused on them. If you're over there, you're over there for the drama. And if you really want the drama to keep coming into Sebastian's case, then why be here fighting for him? Because the will of this case is to get the drama out so we can focus 100% on Sebastian Wayne Drake Rogers and finding out his location and getting the leads that are related to only him and him alone. So please, thank you, Meow. Please, 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 if you care about this boy, stop with the drama. It's not worth it. And not only that, do you ever feel good coming back from one of those channels? Like every time you go over there, doesn't it feel like you need a shower? If that's the case, why go? Why subject yourself to all of that? Quit subjecting your mind, body, and soul to toxicity. Let's keep it about what it's really about, this young man here that is missing. We need to find Sebastian Wayne Drake Rogers, and we need to make sure those responsible for his disappearance are brought to justice swiftly. And until he's found, justice will not be served. Don't forget to be fearless. If you see something, say something. An ounce of prevention is worth a pound of cure. And until next time, please be safe, but more importantly, kind to one another. And if I'm an eye for an eye, tooth for a tooth type of person. If they can deal with it and deal it, they can take it. So while I tell you to be kind to people and treat others as you wish they should treat you, I'm also a person that believes we need to stop the bullying and nonsense on this platform. Us conversating about these cases do not constitute bullying or harassment. What we do out there in the field is search and post flyers. Occasionally, if it warrants it, we may exercise our rights to peacefully assemble. Again, all lawful conduct to the likes of these illegal people doing unscrupulous things to help people that have done terrible things to a child. CPS at their home. Allegations of abuse from their home. We do not support children abusers, especially ones that are now missing those childs after those abuse allegations were raised. This boy needs our strength, he needs our love, and he needs our support. Don't forget, we got a new line. It's Stop the Bullying. We have a new line that I want everybody to, if you can, go over there. If you guys want some other type of items, tell me what items you want. Right now, I've just got some long sleeve shirts because it's coming up to be winter. So I've got long sleeve shirts, hoodies, sweatshirts, and coffee mugs that are up right now, and a little tote bag. And a little tote bag for the Stop the Bullying. If you guys would like another product, if you'd like a short sleeve shirt, or a woman's shirt, or a different type of man's shirt, or something like that, send it out to me and I'll go there and activate it so you guys can purchase that. All the proceeds from this line are going to be going 100% to our campaign to stop bullying on all social media platforms, not just this one. So please consider supporting the movement to stop this nonsense from going on. It's so destructive and corrosive. It's like cancer, and it's going to eat these platforms apart. We're going to eat each other up if this keeps going this long. We need to stop it and put it, nip it in the bud, period. Okay? If you guys would like to support it, please consider going over there and buying yourself a shirt, coffee mug, or tote. God bless. I'm trying to figure out which one I want to go out with. We'll go out with this one.